Hi there folks, I'm Z. Welcome to episode 3 of I Don't Know and You Can Too. I was sitting here pulling apart a stack of these lights for some upcoming projects, and I realized I could make a video out of that too. So I'm going to show you how to get all of these parts for $1 today out of one of these Dollar Tree solar garden stake lights. Now you're probably asking yourself why I would take the time to pull something apart for parts instead of just buying them. And again, that comes down to cost. This part right here is a solar panel. It's a 2.5 volt solar panel. If I ordered that by itself offline, it'll cost me more than this lamp does. The battery, same deal. If I wanted to order one offline, it'll cost me more than the lamp does. So what it comes down to is Dollar Tree ordered in bulk, and they're passing the savings on to you. Some disassembly required. Now, if you're doing it for cost savings, you shouldn't be buying this for things like battery terminals or your screws. You only get a few in there. But if you're already using parts for other projects, like the solar panels or the batteries, and you were disassembling it anyway, save them, because after a while they build up and then you have enough of them to actually use on other projects. For this disassembly, all we will need is a pair of wire clippers, a Phillips head screwdriver, small, a jeweler's screwdriver, and a heat gun. And a hair dryer can work for this if you're in a pinch. You might need to hold it on there a little longer, but as always, when you're messing with hot things, be careful. That's the most dangerous part of this whole process. First, we're going to take off the tags. This should turn on the light, letting you know that the device is working properly. This you can throw away. This is trash. Nobody reuses this. Next, pull the spike off. Just pull and twist a little. Next, there are 5 Phillips head screws visible from the outside, 1 in the hinge, and 4 on the bottom. You do not have to remove this to get to the internals. You can leave that as a solid hinge. This will allow the clamshell to pop open. Be careful not to pull too hard while you're doing that. There are wires attached to both sides. This will allow you to start harvesting the parts. Some, like the lens, can simply be pulled out. We'll go over the rest next. To pull out the battery, you have 2 choices. This tab is bent, holding it in place. You can either bend the tab back up or simply pull the whole tab out and remove the battery. Once you remove the battery, that should give you clear access to this screw, which retains the hinge. To make the remaining circuit board and electronics easier to deal with, you can remove them from the other half of the housing by removing this screw. Next, for ease of handling, if I need a specific component, I clip it off. With this, all components should be free with the exception of the solar panel. Let's go over that last. Now, these solar panels are held on with hot glue, so you're going to want to heat this side with your hot air gun, hair dryer, whatever you're using, until it is uncomfortably warm. When it gets to the point where it is warm enough that this backside starts turning transparent, that's when you start the next step. Before I cover the next step, I will say if you start seeing anything like this on your plastic, you've gotten it too hot and it's starting to burn, get the heat away from it before you start a fire and kill somebody. Once it's uncomfortably warm and the glue on the backside has turned transparent, push through this backside with your screwdriver and push the panel out towards the front. Careful about the glue. It's hot. It's hot glue. And with that, you've done it. You've harvested whatever parts you needed for $1. Congratulations. As I always say, if it's worth doing poorly. I'll catch you on the next one.